So this was not as bad as that last mess you pulled. But yeah, we gonna hang with you a little bit. And I'm like, come on through, Cookie. I want to put my soapbox. That's basically it. Let's talk about drag and all its forms. What, Hey guys, thanks so much for clicking on the video. This is If Loving You Is Wrong, Season 3, Episode 8. And it had more content than the last episode, but I'm going to just blow through this stuff because I'm not going to spend all day on it. Eddie was in the room with Pete. That's how we started. Eddie's in the room with Pete, carrying the fuck on, pushing on the damn bullet wounds and all of this just ridiculous. All of this bullshit. That Eddie, oh my God, he drives me crazy. He drives my blood pressure up. But he's doing all these things, and he's trying to get Pete to tell him. He's telling him, "I know that you made a copy of that tape. Did you give the other tape to the sergeant and this, that, thing, the other?" And Pete was giving him very much. I don't even know what you're talking about. I don't remember. And all of that. Eddie really wasn't going for it. He was just fucking him up. And it was just crazy. And it was amazing. Nobody came in. He just snuck in because the stupid ass FBI agent that went to the damn shit house. So he goes out there, junky ass Ben's out there watching guard. Bullshit. Bullshit, Tyler. Bullshit, bullshit, bullshit. Too much going on around this police officer. And it's just too much loose behavior. It's just bullshit, but whatever. So he goes through all that. Then Eddie shoots the syringe of stuff that to kill him. So shortly after Eddie left out of there, Pete yanked the fucking IV out. So, before it would circulate all the way up to knock his ass out. So he, I don't know what's going to go on, but whatever. So we got that. Next, we got Lucian and Esperanza. Esperanza and Lucian finally ends up talking. She basically tells Lucian, after all this teeth pulling, what she thinks and what she knows. Lucian says to Esperanza, the last thing he said to her, don't tell Eddie nothing. Stop talking to Eddie, period. She's like, oh, okay, no problem, Lucian. Bitch, you already told Eddie everything. Now, I don't know why she didn't just go ahead and tell Lucian. She already done told Eddie, because she's already told Eddie everything that she told Lucian. Fuck her. She gets on my nerves. She really does. She gets on my nerves. She's very problematic for me. Anyway, then we had Eddie versus Ben. Ben's in there. This time he in the room with Miss Louise. He got her fucking morphine pump. He took her IV out of her arm and stuck it in his arm, giving himself a hit. And when I tell you Ben was as high as a goddamn fur coat, he was high the motherfucker. Eddie was smacking him and talking real crazy to him, and he was like, oh, come on, Eddie. High as a Georgia pine here. High as hell. Paying him no mind. Kept smacking Miss Louise in her face and saying, wake up, you old bitch. You old fucking bag of bones. This, that, and the other. So this is the old bitch that bore Randall. Oh, he was terrible. And Miss Louise, just laying there, a mess. So they went back and forth. They're talking about everything over top of her. They talked about Pete. They talked about Brad, Randall, everything. The tape, all that shit over top of her, thinking that she was knocked out. Meanwhile, after they left out the room and shit, she wasn't even knocked out. Marcy ended up coming in. Ben goes out. Now you got Marcy and Eddie. They get to going back and forth. He done told her, yeah, I know you're probably happy that Randall's probably dead, this, that, the other. And Marcy said, why the hell would I be happy about something like that? And he's like, because he made you look like a fool. You know, this, that thing of just digging a knife in, you know. And Marcy was like, what? And he said, I didn't think he was one of them weak bitches. She gave him clap, smacked the shit out of Eddie. He said something else. She said, say it again. He called her a bitch again, and she gave him clap, smacked his ass again. I said, go ahead on Marcy. Fuck his ass up. So they kept going back and forth. And she ended up telling him, don't talk to me no more, fucker. You talk to me through my lawyer, period, bastard. So that was that. They're going to tell her, yeah, you're going to be investigated, all this. Excuse me. Sorry. It's 1 o'clock in the morning. Anyway, so Eddie leaves, talking his shit. Call her a bitch again. She's like, fuck you. He goes out. Miss Louise opens her eyes and tells him, he's crazy, girl. And he smacked me in my face 3 times, Eddie. I said, oh, damn, Louise, Eddie. She told him all that. In the midst of all that other shit going on, she told Marcy, go to the house, get my purse, get my phone, bring it on back. She told her what the code was to the phone. Told her she got a cousin that's in the FBI. Call her fucking cousin. And she told her, help Randall. You got to help Randall. So Marcy ends up going on out. Runs into Lucian. Now Marcy tells Lucian what she knows. So Lucian's ended up running around the hospital at this point. Lucian first runs into Ben's old high ass. And he smacked Ben around a little bit. Because Ben was lying to him, no, Eddie wasn't here, and this, that, the other. He was like, psh, smacking him real hard and tight. Smacking him, and he gonna say, yeah, he was here, this, that, thing, and he all had up. Just how he told him, he said, if you don't straighten up and stop that motherfucking swaying, I'm gonna knock your head off. I said, knock him. Oh, that bed is just ridiculous. But he went through all that. Then he went in there and talked to Louise and told Louise who he was. He didn't say, you know, I'm an FBI agent. He just told, I'm a good cop. I'm going to leave this card with you. Marcy already told me you was pretending. But that's cool. You know, it's cool. You call me. And if I don't answer, you call me right back. And I'm going to answer that phone. And that, all that he went on. He told her, but I'm going to be watching. And I'm going to be making sure you're okay. And time is of the essence, but we need to get moving so we can try to find your son. And all that. She goes on. He goes on out the room. In the meantime, Andrew, they just sent Andrew out there because they found Alex's car. Tell him to go around the neighborhood looking. He's like, I'm not even in my jurisdiction. What in the fuck is y'all talking about? Just go around. Andrew called Lucian, told him, I don't feel safe about this shit. Lucian's like, just do what you got to do. Now, if I was Andrew, I'd be a good looking around and don't never find nobody type of motherfucker, okay? I'd be just riding, getting overtime, and I wouldn't find a motherfucking soul. Do you understand me? Nobody. All I would find is donuts and coffee. Fuck that. Anyway, but he runs into Alex with that dumbass dress on. And she's like, you got to take me to my parents' house, this, that, and the other. So Andrew's going to be up Schitt's Creek too. So I'm like, okay, whatever. Marcy is on the phone with Kelly, telling Kelly about what's going on. It was, you know, because they finally, Louise had told him it was Alex's parents. So she's on the way back, and for some reason something happened, and Marcy fucking ends up fainting. She like passed out in the parking lot. I didn't even get that, but she passes out in the parking lot. That's it for her. Then we got Randall is out of the box. The last thing we saw, they was taking him out of the box and dragging him across the forest somewhere. So that's kind of where they left us. And we got I don't think it's actually coming on next week. It's the week after. It'll be back, and we'll see what's actually going on. There's only 3 episodes left. But he kind of redeemed himself with this because last week was just terrible. But this is better. This is better, Tyler. So we're going to let you live with this. But I'll be back, and I'll talk to you guys. Like I said, it's going to be 2 weeks, but I'll be back. All right, later.